You're listening to UFO Undercover with your host, Joe Montaldo, right here on the Paranormal Radio Network.
Welcome to the Outer Realm with Michelle DeRoche and Amelia Pisano. Airing live on the United Public Radio Network, 105.3 FM in New Orleans.
Welcome to Negotiating Happiness, the show that helps you find happiness, success, and balance in your work and life. I'm Adriana Fiestra, your host for this journey into entrepreneurship and personal growth. We're broadcasting live on 107.7 and 105.3 FM in New Orleans as part of the United Public Radio Network. We explore the latest strategies, insights, and stories from successful entrepreneurs and experts. From managing stress to building a thriving business, we've got you covered.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Oh, let me fix that up. Good evening, everybody, and how is everybody doing tonight? Welcome to the Tuesday night show, Into the Night with me, your host, Sean Kelly. A couple announcements I would like to make before we get going with the show. Don't forget Miss C.L. Thomas. You know, she has her podcast after mine. Hers starts at 9:10 p.m. up till 10:10 p.m. or longer. Whatever, how it goes. And I just want to thank UPRN Talk Radio 105.3 Mississippi, 107.7 New Orleans for allowing me to give you, a couple hours a week, Sunday nights and Tuesday nights from 8:10 to 9:10 p.m. And you got to excuse me, guys, because StreamYard, honest to gosh, StreamYard has changed its whole outlook on life. And it's causing a lot of ruckus and a lot of stuff. And it's just like making me frustrated now. So we'll see what happens as the night goes on. Okay. Kurt, good to see you. Joe, looking forward to seeing you too. Hello, Michelle. Sending much love to you and everyone. So tonight, my guest is LaLa Bright. Right now, she's probably doing her own podcast because her podcast was from 7 to 8. So I don't, so she'll probably be on later on tonight. I sent her a message to see if she was okay. And so we'll see what happens. But so how's everybody doing tonight? The weather is getting cold, not cold, I'm sorry. It's hotter than hell. I believe that it is really, really hot. I don't know, but we could talk before she comes in. We can talk about, UFOs. We haven't talked about UFOs in a long time, and abductees and all kinds of other good stuff. So how many people out there believe in UFOs. Um, raise your hand. I do. I'm no longer on the fence with UFOs because I saw them. And it was huge. It actually looked like the Starship Enterprise. And it was like around 5 o'clock in the morning, my time, Eastern. And I was just going to work. And all of a sudden, I looked up in the sky and there was this massive, massive UFO just hanging over some dude's house. And I figured, I can go to the next street and pull over and see if it was there or not. Are you right in the city? If so, it could be the damn hot there. No, Joe. I'm about 5 miles away from the city. It's damn hot here. It really, really is. I don't know. We need a break from this heat. A month ago. So she is trying to get on. I just got a message from her, so I'm really looking forward to her coming on. So please hang around. Hey, Donna, good to see you. I'll send it again to LaLa if this is okay. So who believes in UFOs? Talk to me. Talk to me, everybody. Talk to me. I want to hear from everybody. Okay, so I'm just going to resend this to her. And see what happens. So she is definitely trying to get on. I believe in UFOs, and it was like really, really amazing. The only thing I need. Oh, here she comes.
She'll be here in a second.
She'll be here in a second. Okay, and your name is?
Bob.
Bob. Okay, Bob. Okay, LaLa's coming in pretty soon.
Hello, sorry.
Oh, don't be sorry, everybody. Hey, Gary, good to see you. My guest arrived. How was your podcast?
It was very good. One's an exorcist, the other one, musicians, Mercedes, Lucky Benedict, and then Bishop Joshua Sparks. So they were awesome.
They were awesome?
Yeah.
What was the topic about tonight?
They started a new show together, The Unseen Realm, and she's actually going to be on Coast to Coast, so we're talking about that. And she wrote a new book about remote viewing, and she put me in it, which is really, really sweet.
Wow.
So we were just talking about literally every weird topic we could talk about. We did. It was nice.
I'm glad to hear that. My friend Heidi Gold says hello to you. Much love from Boulder, Colorado.
Oh,
Joe
thank
Clark
you.
is saying LaLa. I got the best people in my chat forever. I do. They're like my guardian angels, I call them. They're like my guardian angels. So let me read this bio that you sent me, okay? And we can get the show started here.
Okay.
LaLa Bright. Is that your real name?
My legal name is Laura, but my parents always called me LaLa, so it just stuck.
Okay. We'll call you LaLa. How's that sound?
Cool. Thank you.
All right, not a problem. LaLa is a psychic medium, artist, business owner, abductee, implant and leg. That's going to be interesting. Have seen UFOs up close and saw the details of it. Have been physically attacked by something I couldn't see in my bedroom. I noticed I could talk to people that passed when I was 5. And my neighbor that we call Grandma Cheyenne told me where to walk to find her grave. I also started to have reoccurring dreams of UFOs leaving me at night in my backyard for many years and just never knew why until much later. I lived with Bob McGuire, who is a retired CIA scientist, which I think is awesome. So that's exciting for not being validated someone with his background, But all the equipment he has helped us really explore paranormal and otherworldly things that are around me all the time. That is like so cool, man. That's so cool.
Thank
Yes. So how give a little background for everybody, about yourself, please.
Well, I'm super shy. I did not like being psychic. I never really talked about it. My dad was a Reiki healer, so he was my teacher throughout life. He was really calm, gentle person, which is I'm grateful that I had him in my life. But whenever I used to talk about it in real life with school friends or work friends, I'd be treated like I was this huge weirdo. And I didn't know about this community on the internet or other places. I had no idea. I didn't even really know about aliens that much. I just knew I was experiencing weird stuff. And I thought all of it was ghosts, like some type of ghost. Really, I didn't know. But like I said, I noticed it all started around the age of 5 or 6 for both the ghosts and the aliens and crafts. But a lot of people say it started around 5 or 7 years old for them. So I think I've been taken multiple times since I was little. I found out that I have an implant in my left upper outer leg like 20 some years ago. I dated a guy in Florida and I kept flying back and forth, and I'd always set off the metal detector. And finally, I'm like, can I see what you're looking at? Because I don't have anything on me. I don't have anything on me. And they let me look. And back then, you could see what it was, like more detail.
Right.
And it was like the size of a piece of rice, very small. And I flew last year. It's still there, same spot. I don't have a scar. It doesn't hurt. I never fell or had surgery there. So I don't know why it's there. I really don't.
Right.
But I know that I have O negative blood. I have a conspiracy that O negative people are monitored and abducted quite a bit, and a lot of them are psychic. Yeah, right? See?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Gary says prayers for the lost in the Texas flood. Thank you for sharing that, Gary. I forgot to bring that up. But,
Yeah.
it's funny. For the last 3 years, I have had 2 spots on my lung. Okay. And the doctors have told me it does not look like the gnarly type of cancer mark. You know what I mean? It's oval and flat and smooth. And they just won't go in there to get it out. It's really weird that they're not trying to get it out. They say it's an invasive surgery to get those marks off. So they're just waiting for it to grow. And so I was getting frustrated, and I know that somehow I was abducted. I just know that. And that's not, I have weird freckles on my body and stuff like that. I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, they're pretty weird looking. But what the deal was that one day I told the doctors, I got so tired of them telling me they don't know it's cancer cells, but they don't really know what it is. And I'm like, you know what? Here's the deal. I got abducted by aliens, is what I did. And they implanted. I believe those are implants. Honest to Pete. I believe that. But I'm okay with it. You sent me some pictures that I would like to get to.
Sure.
All right. I only put up 3 plus the video, which I thought was pretty cool. Okay. And if you'd like to describe them, I would appreciate it if you can. I'm going to try my best at this. Okay.
Thank you for having me on, by the way. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. Hey, Liz, good to see you. All right, I'm going to share the screen. We'll go to this one here, and I'll share it. What do we got? There we go. What is that, hon?
Oh, I don't see anything.
Oh, you don't? Oh, man, what happened? Sure. Oh, okay, my bad. Here we go. Come on, where are you at, guys? Why won't this let me? See, it never fails.
It's aliens.
Let's see. There you go. That's it.
Okay, so we have outdoor night lights. They get set off by movement. And one in the back, this is the back, one in the front. And I go through them every night. And I'll get this feeling. I mean, there's so many videos, but I'll get feelings about certain videos and I'll look around. And this was a weird flash, like really, really high up in the stars. I couldn't see what it was. So I zoomed in and I screenshotted that from the video, and I was going to throw it away because my brain couldn't comprehend what that was. Right.
Right.
And I said, well, whatever, I'll just post it. And then people started telling me that, oh my God, what was the name? Jimmy Blanchett? Yeah. A year before, he had the same picture of this craft, and he lives total opposite from where I am. And so I think I think they monitor people. I mean, I don't know. The way it flashed, it wanted to be seen. It wanted to be picked up on the camera.
Right.
I don't know who they are, but it's very interesting. They've come back a few times. This was over a year ago. It hasn't been around since this year, but it's interesting. I don't know what it is, but
I looked at it and it was like really, really pretty interesting. In fact, all the stuff that you gave me was pretty interesting. But like what happened was for me is that I got up here late, and I really am not computer illiterate at all. I am definitely. My buddy C.L. Thomas is in the chat room tonight, and her show comes on at 9:10 p.m. right after mine.
okay.
But thank you, Miss. But that I just was looking at it intensely. You know what I mean? And I was just like really impressed with it. It's crazy what you pick up. Is that a Ring camera?
It's just little $40 Amazon night vision camera. It's very
really?
cheap. I mean, I'll tell you what it is. I don't know right now. Bob does all the tech stuff. Okay, I'm just the weirdo.
You're not a weirdo. You're a good person. You're a good person. All right.
Real quick, I want to say that some of the crafts that look like symbols, like this looks like a question mark. We've had a couple times. There's one that looks like a cross in the sky, literally a cross. And I'm thinking, is this how religion started? Did they see a cross too? I mean, it's very interesting.
Well, you know what? It's very, very possible. That's for another show. Because I believe that the Anunnaki are the one that actually came down and actually started the religion, but that's not for this show, not today. Kurt says he wants to get a couple Waze cameras. They seem to be pretty decent for the cost. Heidi says, have you seen the one that almost looks like a C? Do you see it right there?
That one?
Yeah, you see that?
I mean, I've seen, Bob and I have seen many different shaped ones. And one, maybe it'll be one you show. To me, it looks like a rib cage / an old time microphone. I mean, this thing came up back 3 different nights, a few months in between. But I would just talk to it. And I mean, I'd say if you have good intentions, I'd like to learn more about you. And they can hear us. They can tell when we have good intentions, and they will show up for us. It might take a while. It might be quick, you know.
I like what you said about good intentions, and you know, I really like that, because that's the same way in the spirit world too. You know, if they know that you are a good person, and you go and do an investigation and you treat them nice, they're going to give you all the evidence in the world. But if you go in there and you start calling them out and calling them every name in the book, they're either going to smack you upside the head, or they're just going to say, okay, I'm here, I see you, but I'm not going to give you nothing. You know what I mean? Definitely. Heidi says it's very intriguing. Kurt says, yes, agree. Just try to have a normal, common interaction with it. Just talk and put it out there, just like another person. You just want to agree. It's so true. And she's right. Heidi says intentions are huge, and energy doesn't like no filters for your energy.
Right.
And what she does is she acknowledges and moves on. Okay, so we got that one in. All right, here we go. I got to remove that one from there. All right, let me present. I'm trying my best here. Let's see what's the next one. I know. Let's see. What do we got here? Oh, that's one we just saw. Sorry. Okay. Oh, what happened? You there?
Yeah.
Okay. For
Can you
some
see me?
reason, I got booted. I got booted out. Hold on.
I can still see you and hear you. So.
Oh, really? Okay, cool. Just let me get in there, and we'll go from there. Okay, let me get out of here. All right. I'm glad you can see me. Okay, here it is. Is this the one? Yeah. What this I think is a pretty interesting thing too. You don't see it, do you?
No.
Okay.
You're better than I.
Get this
I don't know
right
anything about
again.
it, so. And I just
I'm
want
trying
to
my
add really
best.
quick with the intentions. Also, when you don't have good intentions, not only will they not be helpful, but you'll draw in the ones you don't want around you too. You know, because they're waiting. Believe me, I've had some experiences.
Okay. Now this one here. Okay, I see. This is. I think he got bit.
Yeah, I woke up. I do not bruise at all. Very rarely on my upper body. This is on my chest and my inner chest, so that's a weird place to get a bruise that big. Bob thinks it looks like a bite mark, and it does. It's weird. It's like a triangle or a bite mark or whatever. I don't know. I used to have some. I mean, it's been okay recently, but I used to have something stalk me in my dreams. I know that sounds weird, but
It isn't.
thank you. I have a lot of visitation dreams. I have dreams that'll tell me things that'll happen in the future, and they happen. Lots of warning dreams. And there was just this thing with it. Sometimes I have pure white eyes. Sometimes I have pure black eyes. And it would either try to get me to eat something, or try to be sexual, or try to be physically abusive. And when I woke up with that, it scared me because that was about 3 inches wide on my chest.
Wow.
And before that, I had a triangle. I think that's like a spiritual entity. I don't think it's an abduction, but I don't know, you know.
Okay.
But that entity, like I told you before, when I had woken up, this was a couple years ago, to something being, I mean, I couldn't see what it was, but I could feel everything. And it was being, how do I put this? So it was being sexually abusive, like to a T.
Okay.
I felt everything. I thought I was losing my mind. I didn't talk about it for 2 years until I met Bob, and then he started letting me open up about things. And he said there's so many people that have this happen to them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I got help for whatever the entity that was by June Lundridge, which if anybody needs help with something that's bothering them, she is a real deal. And she didn't want money, so.
Right. And that's hard, especially nowadays where everybody wants to charge an arm and a leg. Hey, Mr. Vogel, good to see you. Any people in the chat room, what, give me your impressions on this picture here. What do you guys think it is, if you want to share?
My mistake was I never took my psychic abilities very seriously. And when I would give readings, I wouldn't protect myself. I would just not listen to my dad and what he told me to do. And I know that's how I got that. And, a year before a couple years before that showed up, I had lost my mom, my dad, my son's father, my best friend, like one after the other. And in between each death, I would have a dream of something would tell me they were going to pass, and then they would relatively quickly. And so much paranormal was happening. I mean, I think it was something bad paranormally, but oddly enough, in the sky, they would comfort me. And I would literally say, I don't know how to grieve. Can you please get me out of my head? And they would show up and twinkle in the sky. And I mean, we got this on video. It's amazing.
Okay. Kurt says sometimes feelings and senses are more to the forefront in the higher sense over actually seeing something for validity. I'll never stop thinking that. You better not. Hey, Nobert, everybody, that's Kaysen. So, if you want to say hello to Kaysen, go for it. Okay, so we got that one done. I'm going to remove it. I got 2 more, and we're going to be good. All right, you're a good person. All right, I just call it as it is. I do. Let me see. Share screen.
I wonder if anybody is listening, if they've had something attached to them, because I didn't know how. It's almost a regular thing that someone will have an attachment and not know that they do. They just don't feel good or bad things happen, and it's interesting.
Right. Okay, here's a video, I think, if we can get it up here. This one, there it is.
That was just I call them, sky friends, sky family, aliens. I'll ask, hey, can you show yourselves? And they'll flash in some sort of shape. And that was that night. And by the way, my neighbor behind me, they do stuff over their roof all the time. And I want to so badly be like, hey, do you believe in aliens? Do you think you're abducted? Because they will light up the roof completely. And we have all this. I mean, we post on Facebook. I don't know what the hell's going on over there, but
maybe they got their tinfoil hat on. I don't know. I'm just saying that as a joke. But Heidi says, I woke up with a bruise in a star outline. The triangle was similar, oddly.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And Heidi's a good person. She just knows it all. What's your feelings on phase? No.
I always liked the idea. I wasn't 100%. I'm the type of person, oddly enough, I want to see it to believe it. And then a year ago, I swear we got one on camera. It went around. Bob went out front. It was nighttime, and this little tiny thing. It was so quick you would not have seen it, but I got my weird feeling. And it had wings and a little human body, and it was almost see-through, and it just fluttered around him super quick. Now I haven't seen it again, but I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was amazing. I believe in all of that now. I do.
That's cool, because I believe in them too. And there's a lot of people in my chat room, especially Heidi, that have dealt with the Fae or still dealing with the Fae, which I think is like really, really cool. But I really believe I've just lost your other stuff, and I'm so sorry. I have always believed in elementals, but never have been drawn to mythical creatures. That's Heidi. And Kurt says, anyone else experience any high strangeness over the 4th of holiday weekend? Yes. There was some strangeness, man. It was crazy. It took me a while to actually get over that because it was terrible. Okay, so what I'd like to know, and I'm sure my people, you said here, the UFO that you saw up close, what were the details of it?
Okay. First of all, it was around 11 at night, and me and my best friend were at Dunkin' Donuts parking lot having coffee, and all of a sudden we start seeing these little red fireballs fly over the parking lot, and we'd never seen that before. And so I was like, well, I don't want to die tonight, so how about I take you home? And we get on the little side road. We weren't going fast at all. Nobody was on the road except for like 2 other cars. And all of a sudden, I see a huge fluffy cloud really close to the road. It's huge. And this black helicopter is just hovering, and it shines its spotlight on the cloud. And that's the only reason I saw this thing, honest to God. And I saw there were no lights to this craft, but it was black metal. And I saw the underbelly of it, and it looked, the best way I can describe it is it looked like a bunch of really big pipes intertwined with each other, and like as wide as the body of the helicopter. So this was huge, and I drove under it, and it was so big that I no longer saw the night sky. I just saw these weird pipes or whatever the hell they were. And then I don't remember taking her home. She doesn't remember any of it. I just remember waking up the next day in my house, which is common. I've had quite a few of those experiences with missing time. But what's cool is that this year we had a husband and wife come on our show, right? One's ex-military, one's teacher. I found out by accident they live on these. We're near Pennsylvania. They are on the East Coast. The same night, an hour after what I saw, they saw the same thing because I asked a question, did you see what the underneath of it looked like? And she said the same thing. So we saw the same craft, but he got sick from it. He had a lot of physical.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I forgot what he said, but he got really, really sick. She didn't. And he said he heard them say to him, get out of here. You're not supposed to be here. And then he got really sick for a few months. So.
Oh, wow. Oh,
it was crazy. I mean, I don't know. I used to live by a government area with Lockheed Martin and Martin State Airport. And I would see so many strange, big balls of light follow their little private jets, right? And then there'd always be a helicopter.
Really?
Always. So I used to think criminals were around. Now I'm like, okay, is an alien around or is it a criminal? If you see a helicopter, I'm telling you. But yeah, I think it's I don't think a lot of people say that they think it's government made, but why would the helicopter be there? And it just seems so strange. The craft wasn't scared. It didn't fly off. It was like standing its ground. So I don't know what the hell it was, but I don't think it was man-made.
If you're not doing anything on a Wednesday night, I think it's 7 p.m. Eastern or 8. I forget. But there's a show on UPRN called UFO Undercover.
Okay.
And the guy who does it, he's the owner, Joe Montaldo. He owns the station, but he's also with Jay. And Joe's really good all about UFOs and aliens and stuff like that. If you want to go on his show or, just listen in and start typing questions or something like that, I highly recommend UFO Undercover. Hey, Squats, man. Hey, Jinda. Good to see you. So you say you live near Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I'm in Maryland. So yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm from Pennsylvania myself.
Okay.
Over near Pittsburgh. Yeah.
I have a lot of jobs. I own a face painting business, and I have so many jobs in Pittsburgh and DC. So I'm all over the place.
I saw your artwork.
Oh, thank you. I like it. I mean, I'm shy, so it helps me be social, I guess.
Heidi just put it up on the screen there, but there's another couple things that I would like to know more about that implant in your leg.
Yeah. Well, from what I don't have any true answers, but from what I feel and what I've read, that O-negative people are monitored by both, GOV and aliens. Sometimes that's considered my labs. Bob thinks that I was part of my labs. So, obviously it monitors me. I don't know why. Does it keep me safe? I don't know. I have no idea. I would be totally open to going to a professional to get it checked out more. I know that some people have tried to get their implants taken out and they either came back in different spots or they would move around. Like, was it Whitley Strieber? In his ear, it would move around. The doctor couldn't get it.
Right.
So this thing is alive, which it freaks me out now that I'm thinking about it. Oh my God. So I don't know. It's my blood. I think it's my bloodline. I think that I am genetically altered a little bit. And that's why it's
okay.
Yeah.
And that's okay, hon.
I think a lot of people are, really. Yeah.
I am. I know I am. I'm happy about it.
Right.
Hey, Andy Waters, welcome. Gary, my friend Gary is in Montgomery Village, Maryland.
Okay, yeah.
If you're close to that.
I live near Baltimore, in between Baltimore and Pennsylvania.
So you a Ravens fan?
Yes, I don't really do. My ADD won't let me enjoy sports for very long. But go ahead.
Oh, Kurt says, okay, you're first. Ladies before
Go ahead, you're fine.
Since my orb sightings last November or the November before, right before the New Jersey sightings, I've had black helicopters over my house ever since. And I've been here for almost 10 years, and the first time I've had black.
Oh.
We don't see too many helicopters up here. I mean, I shouldn't have said nothing about this Baltimore Ravens. He said, Brian, Gary goes, go Steelers. But you know what? How I got to ask you for a guest, I was looking at your Facebook page, and it was like really quite interesting. And for some reason, you know how you get those thoughts in your mind, like, okay, like I think she would make a good guest.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, the feeling.
The good feeling about it, and I was just like, I want to get her on the show, and I'm glad that you made it.
Thank you.
So, do you do any paranormal investigating?
Yeah, I've taken a little bit of a break past couple of months. Just I usually physically feel energies or people living. And last time I got really dizzy from one lady, and it scared me. So I'm taking a little bit of a break. But Bob had, like I said, he's retired CIA, and he's got literally every cool gadget you could imagine that I can play with. And it picks up these entities. It's amazing. I never knew about this stuff. I didn't. So we have a lot of things around our neighborhood. We live in a government-y type of area with a lot of land. We're by a lot of water. So I swear there's a portal in our backyard. I swear we got video of it. So we have so many things. We don't have to go out to places to get video. It's really cool. Right. Mm-hmm. He's ready to get abducted. He's got his bags packed. He don't care. He's ready.
That's okay too. Because when I started this over 5 years ago, close to 6, I didn't believe in UFOs or aliens, Bigfoot, anything like that. I didn't. But the more I hosted shows with other people, I'm like, hey, they do exist. And I'm like, and now I'm I'm not a geek on UFO, you know what I mean? But I did start paranormal investigating. I've been doing it for over 30 years. And I had to take a break. I retired. My group was the Pittsburgh Paranormal Society, and we started in 2006. But I had to take a break. I mean, it was just getting too much to deal with. But I don't know. Where was Did you ever go to any other places to investigate?
Yeah, I used to. I don't know if anybody knows, but Ellicott City, Main Street. I like old little towns, like Main Street towns. Ellicott City is very haunted in Maryland, and
Okay.
the creepiest thing was it was me and a couple girlfriends from high school. This was a few years ago, so we were much older, not in high school. And we have my one friend Michelle was with me. She's psychic as well. And all of a sudden, we hear a little girl say, "You're going to get a phone call." But the other two girls didn't hear anything. And we said something out loud at the same time. And our other friend Heather's phone called with a weird number. And when she picked it up, it was static. It was just the weirdest thing. I mean,
Really?
it was crazy. I mean, we got out. I'm a scaredy cat. I love this stuff, but it scares the crap out of me. So it's like, a fun mixture. But I hadn't realized yet that they can manipulate electricity and frequencies as much as I know now. So we were confused on why is the phone ringing? How can they do that?
Right.
But we just got some orbs on video and camera that night.
Okay.
I think the coolest thing that me and Bob personally that we got is the backyard, and it was a motion sensor camera that we have, and this little orb flew down, and then there was a weird noise and all like a pop, and then all of a sudden it looked like a human shape, but it was all light, so shoulders,
wow.
head, and we have this picture too. And it took the camera, and this thing's heavy. It literally moved the camera to where it points at my neighbor's roof. Now we weren't pointed that way. And then it went back into an orb and shot off. And it was just amazing. And I know it's a good alien or energy. I think it was trying to help us because it realized how dense we are and we just weren't paying attention to what it was trying to say. But after that, I'm serious. But after that happened, that's when they started to light up the roof. And Bob does this little test where can a car make this happen? Can this make it happen? Where he's got a tracker of when planes are going over, and it was none of that. This was a strange light, and it crawls down the roof. It's just crawling light. So I think that's the coolest. I love paranormal stuff more. Aliens are cool. I think, me personally, they've always numbed me, so I would never talk about it. And I have anxiety in general. Whenever I would get abducted or see a craft, I'd be so calm, and I would just shut down and just watch. And then I would wake up the next day in my bed, even if I wasn't in my house, you know what I mean, originally.
Right.
So I think they numb me.
Have you, when you got abducted, you went to the craft, right? Did you remember anything that you saw in the craft?
Sometimes it would change what it would look like inside. Sometimes it would be really bright, and I'd be on this table. I mean, and mind you, I really didn't look this stuff up. I didn't know about this stuff. It would be like a metal table, real thick, bright lights, and I wouldn't see anybody's head. I'd see shoulders and bodies in like white garb. And there'd be two that are really, really tall, and then the rest were kind of short. And I remember them saying, "Don't let her see." And then I would either wake up from my dream or the dream would change. And when I say dream, I have visitation dreams, so it's not really a dream. It's just how I can explain it best, And the other time, Bob thinks maybe I was, but Bob thinks I was part of the hybridization program because of things I remember happening to me. That actually happened to quite a lot of women. So I don't know. Maybe they want what my DNA has. I really don't know. But I remember two little boys, and I remember them using some type of metal object with my, it looked like I was in a doctor's office, and other women were next to me, but they were asleep and I wasn't, and they were doing procedures. So really quick, the only reason I found out about aliens actually are a specific type was I had a dream and they told me look up M56, and when I woke up I googled it, and that's how I found out about what Lyrans and Palladians and Draconians. I didn't know about that stuff. I thought that was amazing, you know.
Right,
So I think
right.
it's part of the Lyran thing system. I don't know.
Have you ever like heard of the reptilians and stuff like that?
Yeah, Bob told me about that. I didn't know about
Yeah.
that. But that would make sense because in a lot of my dreams, they would have. I thought they were cat eyes. I didn't know that they were reptilian.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, they're reptilians.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, you got to hang around UPRN and listen to all the shows, hon. That's all we talk about. Kaysen says, I'm reading the Mothman prophecies. John Kill thinks UFOs is an archetype changing from age to age. That makes sense. And I'm going to tell you what, Kaysen, the Mothman prophecy was just a made up thing by the government
Oh
because
no.
the government was doing some really shady business. Yeah. And I got a lot of hate mail for that, saying that, but then again, I got a lot of good mail for it. So I'm not really sweating the lawn. But
Right.
yeah, you have to really, I mean, the Mothman, I don't believe in. I do not believe in the Mothman at all. And me and you are pretty close. Yeah, serious case. And someday I'll have a show on it, and then I'll tell you how bad the government screwed everybody over in Kentucky. Yes. But we're getting close to the end of the show.
Oh no.
I am very sorry. I wish I would love to have you back on again.
Yeah. Well, I'll bring Bob too. We can both talk.
Oh,
He's, you know.
okay. That would be that was my next question.
Yeah.
If we could bring Bob on, I'd like to hear his or see his gadgets. You know what I mean? That would be like really, really cool. What's a good night for you? Sunday nights or Tuesday nights?
Tuesday nights, weekends. I have a lot of gigs after work usually, so Tuesdays
Right.
would be good, or any weekday would be good, and
Right.
in the evening. Yeah.
And like Heidi said, this went by too quick. I know, Heidi. Everybody yells at me, and they keep contacting the manager, the station manager, telling me, "Give Sean more time. Give Sean more time," but they just won't let me. So, but they gave me an extra hour on Tuesdays and Sundays. Joni McGillick, how are you, honey? But I appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you very much. So really,
I was really, really happy that you agreed to come on. I know there's so much more that you would like to talk about. Heidi says, thank you, Sean and LaLa. Awesome show. Gratitude and much love. Thank you.
thank you.
I'm glad you made it there, Kaysen. Kaysen's from Sri Lanka.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then Mish, who stopped in real quick, she's from Australia.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we got them from everywhere. In fact, at one point in time, I had 5 ladies in Scotland would wake up 2:00 in the morning just to listen to my show.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
no.
I've always wanted to go there.
What's that?
I said I've always been drawn to certain places, and Scotland is one of the places I've been drawn to. I don't know why. Egypt, Scotland, and Ireland for some reason. So
Very, 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 very magical. I will tell you that. Heidi, she had to go quick. That's what happened. That's her sis, her future soul sis. But listen, we got to go. Okay. Thank you again. I want to tell everybody about your podcast and when it comes on.
it is called Orbis Paranormal. It comes on usually Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Bob just got over some health issue. He had a blockage. I'll put it that way. So we took a little break. We did one this night, and we'll slowly start to build off again. But we have tons of videos on YouTube, Orbis Paranormal, and he is the very smart, talented ex-CIA agent dude, scientist, and he loves talking. So you'll learn a lot from him. And I'm the weirdo artist experiencer. So there you go. It's a good mixture, actually. We're a good team.
No, I bet I have no doubt in my mind. And maybe I would have to say, hopefully next month. No, how about Halloween? Getting close to Halloween. because I'll probably get more hours. You know what I mean?
Love
So
you.
thank you again. I will be at, please, let's keep in contact, okay?
Well,
Children, if you can, please go to your parents, give them a hug, and tell them that you love them. And parents, please go to your children. No, I'm sorry. I said children. Yeah. Parents, go to your children, give them a hug, and tell them that you love them. And if you have no parents and if you have no children, please find somebody, give them a hug, and tell them that you love them. Because those three words, I love you, go a long way. And on that note, good night, everybody, and see you Sunday night. Thank you, LaLa.